Well, hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special bonus episode of Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth. We've wrapped up the main game and stuff, and I thought it'd be nice to get someone else to get their perspective on this game, so that's why we're gonna play the opening of the game again with some friends of mine.
Werehag here, doing the actual gaming.
Hey, this is Skylark. I'm just here to chill.
Yeah, I've got my friends here today. Thank you for joining me. This is a bit awkward. We're recording this the same day that Skyrim episode came out. That's the magic of editing episodes. But you two people don't care. Anyway, the reason we're doing this is Werehag is you're like among the people I know. You are like the authority on Lovecraft. I feel.
Well, that's a bit of a pressure.
Sorry,
No.
but
Yes.
I feel like all the stuff I've learned about Lovecraft is through some way out of you.
Right.
I mean, you got me hooked on it anyway.
I've been reading Lovecraft, like the actual original Lovecraft stuff, since I was a wee teenager, many years ago. And actually, my nickname Werehag is a creature I am fairly sure I spotted in a Lovecraft story once.
Oh.
And it's sort of stuck in my mind, and I haven't been able to find it again, because as you may know, Lovecraft wrote an awful lot of
He
stuff.
has a lot of stories. Yeah.
And back in the day, I was lending them from the library and reading them here and reading them there, and...
What about you, Minsk? How much have you actually read Lovecraft?
Not nearly all of his work. I read his big works. Those who have watched the series have heard me quote Shadow over Innsmouth, Shadow Out of Time, which are the two stories that this game is most based on.
Right.
And I've read tons of his short stories because they're collected in anthologies usually.
Yes.
So there's just
Yes.
tons of little stories in one book. My favorite of his is The Color Out of Space.
I do like that one as
that
well.
one is
Yes.
honestly scary. The one
Yeah.
I'm most scared of.
Yeah. Although I seem to recall the one I was most disturbed by when I read it is this really short, it's not even a Cthulhu mythos story, it's this really short story of a bunch of people who go on a tour of a cave, and one team one person on the tour wanders off.
Oh, I remember
gets lost.
this. Yeah.
And then hears sounds in the darkness and panics and
realizes he's not alone down there.
Yeah, throws rocks at the sound.
Oh, don't spoil it though.
Okay, I won't spoil it, but yeah,
he is not alone in that darkness.
He's not alone in that darkness.
If you're scared of the movie Descent, that's more of that in book form. I recommend that to everyone.
Yeah, and it's a nice, very short one.
Yeah. Skylark, do you know a lot about Lovecraft?
Not really. Obviously, I'm aware of Cthulhu, but not because I've ever read any of Lovecraft stuff.
Just generally hanging out with geeks.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, let's not meander any longer. I wanted, again, Werehag to test this game out so she could give her, as the senior Cthulhu fan, give some of her impressions. So.
Right.
But the opening of the game is super strong, so that's why I feel like let's just go with this difficulty.
Boy Scout.
So I thought, this is a really strong opening, so I think you guys could enjoy this, how the game begins.
1922. My kind of decade.
Yes. Arkham Asylum, long before Batman was involved.
I can fully see. My last case opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure.
It's interesting that in Cthulhu
I now walk in the
stories,
shadows
games, and
between
whatnot,
worlds.
nowadays there's always
And it
your
is
option is
there I
always the
finally
private detective.
glimpsed upon
When
my
in the
place,
actual stories, there
dark
aren't exactly
corners of the
any
earth.
private detectives.
Yeah, it's often
It's
just...
always a nephew inheriting a house or a,
some
a
creepy
random,
uncle's
random
nephew,
strangers. There are, if there's a profession mentioned, it's usually writer or
Yeah,
or-
because the writer was a writer.
or mathematician gone crazy.
Well, I think it is because of the tabletop RPG where you play investigators, because that was really what kept the Lovecraft Cthulhu mythos alive in the public in the 90s and 80s. So that's really strong in people's consciousness.
Yeah.
They really
And everyone loves the 1920s gumshoe
Yes, exactly.
detective.
I can tell just curiously, J. Edgar Hoover appears in this game. Did you know?
Okay.
So it goes with the whole prohibition stuff. Also,
Yeah.
ties that into this game. So here's our protagonist. Hope you enjoyed.
How grim.
Hope you enjoyed that. Great. The FPS is dying a bit here. Oh, think it's getting better. Sorry. Now, what could have possibly driven him to that point?
Finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth. Yes. Yes. And the dark corners of the sea.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be a bit more relevant for this one. Again, this is most heavily inspired by Shadow over Innsmouth. Although this opening sequence ties most into Shadow Out of Time. I don't know if you remember which one that one is, but
I get them mixed up. I can't remember the names of the stories. They're all a bit of a mishmash in my head.
Well, in this half hour, you're going to see a monster which should remind you which one Shadow Out of Time is, so it should be fine.
Remember, you're a detective. Examine your surroundings closely for clues. If you action an item. Why? That's terribly...
That's a very
That's badly written.
Hopefully Werehag gets some action this time.
Oh! Yeah, I'm gonna action the crap out of those items.
I'm gonna action you so hard! Oh, this is taking a while.
Alright, any minute now. Ooh.
I might have to cut this out, it's slowing down.
Oh,
this is
it's
embarrassing.
fine. Always be thorough. If you accident subsequent times.
something.
Oh, you can action an item several times, eh?
Yeah, you might get different quotes.
Huh.
Okay, that's bullshit. I don't remember getting any game tips in this game. I had to Maybe it means those quotes during the loads.
You just actioned items enough to not need any tips, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. So...
I better get going.
Just finish my smoke here. It's the 20s.
Yes,
You can't
as,
be a
as
manly man.
evidenced by my stylish hat and my excellent car.
Actually,
1915.
Of course, I could have 6.5
Yes,
years
yes,
before
6 years
that,
earlier.
so we're even earlier. The war is going on versus the dastardly Huns and the Hungarians.
Oh, that's cute with the raindrops on the left.
Oh.
Yeah, look at it. Detail.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry,
beef.
Jack. You had to call. This fellow will only talk to you.
Yeah, look, see.
Don't know any. Victor.
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash. Hanging
Sounds
around
like
outside
cultists,
people's
all right.
homes at all
I
hours.
don't know, it just sounds like homeless vagrants to me when I first played this.
They're a screwy bunch. Got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal.
You know, I wish the guy who voices this officer voiced our main character, Jack, because Jack doesn't have enough of a, yeah, see, it's the Roaring Twenties voice. He's just...
What we got out here?
Yeah, just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great.
Of course,
Lead the way,
Lovecraft's
Robert.
English is
I better check out this
nothing like
crazy
this.
thing.
He would never have been caught dead using the word "what's the beef."
Yeah, or at one point Jack goes, I don't know nothing about nothing. And I remember thinking, like, oh, I wish that was like a really thick, I don't know nothing about nothing, boss.
Lovecraft would turn in his grave because that man's English is something completely different.
Okay, so you can move around now. So now
sweet.
game's on.
Oh, okay, wait, all right.
So you can go
I can
solve the
go
case.
Forward. Let's go solve the case. Let's go action with some items.
See
Hurry
what-
up, Jack.
Hurry up, Jack.
All right, I'm coming.
Come on, those cultists are waiting.
I'm coming. That's
Ooh,
a thing.
there's a piece of
Oh,
paper.
there's a piece of paper.
Oh dear, I don't think you can action that one.
No, it's fine.
Try actioning the car though.
We haven't
Oh.
got time to hang around.
Shut up!
Standard police vehicle.
There you go, you
Oh,
actioned
it's
it.
a standard police vehicle. That's nice. All right.
You know the
Is that
reason
a-
Lovecraft used all those weird words is it's supposed to add to the otherworldliness of the
Oh,
monsters.
and it certainly does.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to be told you're facing a big frog, and another thing to be told you're facing an eldritch batrachian creature. You know?
Oh yes. You can
What's
also
scarier
use
than that?
action to talk to
Jack,
people.
Uh-huh.
There we
Officer
go.
Nichols will brief you at the top. Be careful.
Sorry, I'm a bit nasally this time of year.
Okay.
Officer Nichols will brief you at the top.
Now I'm actioning several times.
Is that the only action you get from that guy?
That seems to be it.
Yeah.
Officer
Yes.
Oh,
Nichols
dear.
will brief you at the top. Be careful.
Hello, are you Officer Nichols?
Evening, Jack. Glad
Yes.
you could join the freak show.
He looks very young.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope,
Can we
but we've got you covered.
trust him?
You
Thank you,
better take it
Shatner.
slow. They're a bit twitchy.
Well,
Twitchy,
you
eh?
gotta go in there then.
Alright, actually, with this guy too.
You better hurry, Jack.
Okay, and
He's
what was it?
pointing his
I can
weapon right at
crouch?
you.
Was that control?
Sorry, what? Crouch?
Crouch?
C crouches.
C is crouch.
Yeah, and shift puts on
Okay,
stealth mode.
I'm going.
So shift is
Shift.
stealth mode.
Right, I think I put on stealth mode.
So now you're a bit slower. Oh dear, stealth mode's not helping
okay.
you.
I better. Out of stealth. Out of
I'll
stealth.
help you out. There we go. Stealth is off. Oh shit,
No,
you better
it's
run. The
not.
guy got shot. Oh, it
Whoa.
was action slow motion.
Boarded shut.
Where's Victor?
Another way.
What am I doing?
There's a door to the side you can find. You're safe from the gunfire at this point. You're up to the
Okay,
door.
that's
so
good.
Fine.
That's good. Ooh, here's the side door.
Yeah.
Can I? Action
It's
these.
just a trash can.
Nothing of interest. There's always something of interest in a trash can.
Like
Okay.
cool trash. Yeah, sneak mode. You can tell if you press it. You see
Right,
the
yeah, it
outlines
goes-
on the sides are
yeah.
white. And then.
Oh, Sergeant Phillips is dead.
Also, I think that title's wrong. It said the strange cultist said that. I think they've mixed up the character
Could be.
titles. I'm pretty sure a police officer would say that.
Ooh, there's something there. I better action
As I
it.
continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These
Always
beings
with
truly
the
aren't
eldritch
gods
knowledge
to
that you
us.
have to
Their intellect and knowledge
interpret and-
surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
That's cheerful.
Now, there's a bunch of horse hockey.
Thank you, cultist. Ooh.
Oh, okay, very nice.
Journal item.
That was very dramatic for a journal entry.
It is. Ooh.
Yeah.
Select the book icon.
Oh, that's right. If you press I, you can see your inventory. Right now, all you have is your journal, stopwatch, and a syringe of morphine.
Ah!
That's nice.
Tastes like it hurt.
I'm not sure.
Nothing collected.
Sorry about that, folks. The game decided to crash on us again. Did you know Bethesda games are a bit unstable?
Really?
Yeah. This is published by Bethesda, just like our other favorite, Skyrim.
Quite so.
Not developed by Bethesda though. This is they acted as
Okay.
publishers for this one. So we found.
So that was one room. Here's another. Ooh, it's dark in here. Wait. There was a rat. There's lots of rats. I'm gonna just ignore the rats.
Yeah, maybe.
Stove.
Can't you do anything about the rats?
I don't want to do anything about the
Okay,
rats.
fine.
It's- Lovecraftian circles, you want to avoid rats in general.
Especially the ones in the walls.
Yeah. And if you're stuck in a cave, you'll need to eat them later on.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a thingamajig on the wall.
There.
That symbol's strange.
That's the one.
It's almost like a flaming eye. I should take a closer look.
Yeah. Flaming eye, if you say
So
so.
if you go and action that.
Now
thing-
I'm much more interested in these paintings here.
Oh yeah, I
That's
suppose
art.
so. That's
That is art right there. Ooh.
So these symbols act as save points. Feel free to save at the bottom, just in case we crash again. God damn these crashy, happy games.
Okay. Ah!
Oh, that game freaks out a bit when you save.
Yeah.
Bethesda games are a bit unstable. Have I mentioned that? Which we're fine.
I like, especially I like.
It's like an eye,
Yes.
but the rest of the painting has no real shape.
That's what
Like-
a madman
like-
would do. This.
Depiction of some alien creature.
My character does not have much of an eye for art, does he?
The thing almost looks like a carrot, like a
blasphemous
carrot-shaped
makes me
creature in
feel
that
uneasy.
painting. If only there was a word to
Blasphemous.
There was a word to describe that carrot-shaped thing in the painting.
Yes. Yes.
Don't you see a carrot there, Skylark?
Sure.
Apparently Lovecraft saw one, because
Design.
Yes. Do you know what the word for a carrot-shaped object is?
In this game or somewhere else.
In Lovecraft stories.
in real life, really.
Yeah, although I've never been able to find it in a fucking dictionary.
Okay, well then.
Rukos.
Oh, okay. I was gonna go for something
Rukos.
entirely different.
He has a story about Rukos-shaped aliens. And it took me forever to find out what a Rukos-shaped alien looked like.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside of using unfamiliar words. is
Yeah.
Then you're left wondering.
Yeah.
You can't even.
Eldritch and Gibbous you can find in your average dictionary. It has to be.
And then Batrachian.
Even Batrachian, yes.
Although I always
know, there's
confuse with Bactrian, so
yeah.
I assume a
would
camel
be
is
good.
attacking.
That would be cool too.
Yeah.
Someone's growling in here.
I can hear it too.
Oh, wait, I'm pressing the
Won't
wrong button.
budge.
Alright, fine.
It won't budge.
Oh, fine.
Unfortunately, most of the
My
things
options are very limited.
Yeah, most of the things Jack
boarded
actions
up.
in this game just goes won't work,
Oh dear.
My goodness. Yes, it is. How can I help you?
I think he's...
Let me action
Seem
with
to
you.
recognize me. I don't get it.
Oh wow.
His body is covered
Having
in
played this game through
tattoos.
once, that this
Carved
sequence
into
makes
his
more
flesh.
sense to me now. That's interesting.
The body's still warm, but he's definitely dead.
Thank you,
He
doctor.
seemed to recognize me.
Alright, there we
I
go.
don't get it.
What about the weird book thingy? Or what
The
is
body's
it?
still warm, but he's definitely
Is that
dead.
a cigarette?
He recognized
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, it's a box of shells, I think, cause...
Oh, I
I
see,
see,
I
I
see.
see.
Empty ammo boxes and spent shells. Nothing
I was
useful.
gonna say it was a cigarette case there, but...
That's a stylish lamp.
It is, the 20 is. Everything's stylish.
Indeed. Well, I don't know about the rest of the interior. That lamp is very out of place, actually.
Also, I just forgot it's still the 1910s, actually, so
Yes.
never mind.
Especially if you compare it with the design of this bed. Whoever did the interior decoration for these cultists
The lamp's
was
a bit
not
Chinatown.
being was not being very consistent,
Maybe the cultists themselves
stylistically
were.
speaking.
Maybe the cultists
Here's
themselves
another.
weren't
There's a
decorated.
chest. Can
I
I?
can't open it.
No, fine.
Poisoning by the looks of it. He's dead. They're all dead.
Oh no, look what's happening.
They're
What is
all
happening?
dead, Dave.
This is the sanity effect of the game.
Oh
So
dear.
Oh.
when you
Horrific
witness horrifying
mass
things,
suicide.
strange things
yes,
begin to
yes,
happen
yes.
to you.
Serious
So-
issues.
What about the
Serious
book next
issues.
to it?
Dead. They're all dead.
It's
not
worse
sure
than
it's-
that. He's dead, Jim.
This is rather annoying. I
Yeah.
hope it stops. There's a
Oh.
book. Oh,
A
I
diary.
took it.
This will make interesting reading.
I'm sure it will. I'm just gonna start.
Oh right, we forgot to get that. When we rebooted the game, we forgot to get that item. So
Yes,
that prompt came again.
I will not sit down and have a nice read while surrounded by dead bodies.
Also,
I'm funny
suicide.
like that. Oh, okay.
Also, since
Nothing of
a
interest.
bit of a timer here,
Fine.
in the interest of getting the episode
You wanna
done.
take the
Yes. I tried to. There was nothing
Oh,
of
I
interest.
see.
This game's a
I
bit
was told.
hard to sometimes tell what you can pick up and what.
Yeah,
just
it's
prompts,
difficult to
unfortunately.
aim.
I read somewhere that
I
apparently
can't open it.
items you could interact
can't
with had a glowing aura on them,
Okay.
but apparently in
He's
this
dead.
version of the game they
They're
forgot
all
that
dead.
because I never saw anything. So in
Now,
the interest of
where am
speeding
I?
things up,
Yes.
this is the place we need to go next.
Okay.
Because there's interesting things to find still in
Oh.
this house, so we'll
Oh.
try to get to those
I see.
before we need
Cutscene.
to end the episode. Now just use your stealth skills and...
Don't shoot.
He was still shooting while he was turning the gun. Did you see that?
What a ridiculous voice
Oh,
of this guy.
stupid cops! Just as I was about to get the exposition.
Oh man, I hope we get to Innsmouth before we end this
Damn.
episode, so you can hear the Innsmouth voice acting.
It
It's
sounded like he was going to get on the
it's
level
quite
with what's
something.
going on in this joint.
Get on the level with what's going
Damn.
on in this
He
joint.
recognized me. And it sounded like he was
There's a key.
Good coming
like,
in.
see what I mean? That I wish he had a stronger accent, the voice actor. Ah,
An inventory item.
Looks like a
Very
bad case
good.
of lead poisoning.
Oh, ha ha. Don't shoot, guys! It's me!
the hilarious part is that even
Alright.
once the horror is on like full blast in this game later on, like we're neck deep in like fish monsters and other scary, he still keeps making those stupid quips. Like talk about clashing with the tone. Now that's I believe that's a basement key, so you want to try it
Okay.
on one of
Ah.
these doors. Okay.
It's locked.
Not that one. Or do you have to go to the? Hold on, let me help. I think you need to go to the inventory. You got the key there, so you can try to.
Okay.
Did you press
It's
there?
the wrong key.
Okay, so that's the wrong door.
Okay.
I do believe it's the basement key or one of the first floor keys. So you want to check the doors down here.
Let's see that
It's
one.
unlocked.
That's the one.
Yes, it's the one. Okay. What do we have here? Bit of artistry.
Someone's into photography here. It looks.
Someone's been throwing books around. I don't appreciate that.
This is awfully unstylish.
Are these pictures of me?
Well, why don't you try actioning them?
I'm trying.
Oh, well, we can't action those pictures. Try the
Fine,
pictures on the
fine.
other side.
I will.
Well, try some of those.
The fire's still burning.
No, not the Jack. Come on, Jack. Here we go. Jack Walters. Hmm.
What the hell is going on? It seems they've been tracking my movements.
Dun, dun, dun.
These strange cultists worship me!
Hmm.
It's a timetable of my movements. Looks like it's from 2 days ago.
And indeed, I forgot all about this part when I played the game. I promptly forgot about the cultist tracking me, because this is just a prologue and we go to Innsmouth very soon. But this does tie into the actual game. Like, there's an explanation for why they for this stuff.
Another key.
I'm happy to play this
should fit the
opening
door
again.
across the hall.
Now we got that key. Anything of interest here?
I don't
Doesn't look
recall there's
like
anything
it.
else interesting here. So,
Alright, let's leave this creepy place.
sorry to backseat game here.
No, that's fine, that's fine.
Just so we can get to the interesting
Yes.
bits. Why don't you
No,
save the
it's
game
unlocked.
again real quick while we're here?
How did I save again?
It was the mark on the wall.
Oh
right
yes, of
outside.
course. Duh.
Oh,
someone's
ignore
moaning.
that. That's nothing. It's fine.
That didn't sound like nothing.
So, Skylark, are you interested so far by this game? As the newbie to Lovecraft, is this
nutcases,
interesting?
Seem quite
Yeah,
on
this
here?
seems quite interesting, actually.
Hmm.
I've seen a couple of episodes where you play this by yourself, so
Okay,
I
yeah.
already get a little bit of an introduction to it.
Well, the episodes that are out at time of recording are still the really interesting part of the game. Unfortunately,
There
it
are
turns into a
definitely
very
some
generic
strange
FPS
sounds coming
later
from
on.
the side of the room.
Now, is that me in the mirror or something else?
I believe it is you. Why don't you try pressing the space bar? Oh.
There are definitely some strange sounds.
Yeah, it's you.
coming from
And
the
also we got the
side of
demo early 2000 FPS jumping, which is a bit interesting.
Alright.
Try not standing on it. Also
When was
try
this game
crouch.
made?
This is 2005, I believe.
Okay.
Shit, that did not sound good.
So Half-Life 2 had not even come out yet when this game was made, I don't think.
How do I climb down?
Just try moving forwards while there. Definitely should be able to climb.
Oh,
Let me
Go
give
ahead.
it. Maybe I'm a bit more used to FPS. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to like turn like this
Ah.
and press forwards. And
Ah.
there we go.
well, that certainly sounds disturbing. Oi,
Oh,
No.
we're
Oh.
not going back that
Oh, no.
way.
the stairs broke.
Well, that's just swell.
It certainly is, Jack.
One of those days.
Too old for this shit.
Oh, he's
He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull.
On his pelvis.
This tunnel is not safe at all. I'd better watch my step.
that's one of the most jarring things
dead.
about this game is
dead.
how blasé Jack is. I mean, spoil some stuff.
Hey.
Um,
Dear me.
a Shoggoth does appear at one point in this
Ooh.
game, and while you're encountering it, Jack is, well, he might be like going crazy, hallucinating and
Human
stuff.
anatomy.
But then when you talk,
This
he's still
thing
like,
would be
that
used for
tentacle is in
scrubbing
my
up.
way. I need to get around
Giant
it.
stained with old blood.
There's just a
think it's
slime
been
blob
used
going
recently.
in front
This
of
sink
you.
would be used for scrubbing up.
Okay, we have a more.
Dead bodies, and plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down here.
Something mad.
In all my time on the job, I've never seen anything like this before.
Gurneys.
It looks
Gurneys
like
as
the bodies
far
have
as
been
the eye can
mutilated.
see.
If my instincts are right, I'd say they've been experimenting on each other.
Is that what your instincts say?
The stench in here is sickening. Most of these corpses have been here a while.
Don't get squeamish on me now, Jack. It's not
Dead
gonna get any
bodies,
better.
And plenty of them.
Okay, I think that's all of his
Something
dialogue.
dreadful has
Yep.
been going on down here. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment.
That sounds like the sort of thing I'd
Seems
want to
like
pick
these
up, but I
cabinets are
probably
used for
can't.
storing chemicals and
that-
medical equipment.
Now, if this was Skyrim,
You'd be
I'd have
looting
my-
everything.
I'd have my pocket full of medical equipment by now. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
That guy's not feeling too well. Sir, are you alright?
No, he is not. There's strange glowing things, and there's blood, and yes, this is not good.
God, what the hell is all this?
It's a good question. Also, he's still alive.
I've never seen such equipment before. Who could have made such a machine? Ah, it's too hot to pick up.
All right, let's not pick it up. We have a. Oi!
Oh,
Oops.
Sorry.
Are you alright? Does this feel good to you, sir? No? Oh, okay.
Okay, maybe if I press it again.
I think you killed him.
Oh,
I think that was a good thing, though, in this case.
apologies, sir.
At least he's out of his misery.
Yeah, Jack agrees with you.
Yeah, I think this was a mercy kill. You'll notice these are his
Yeah,
organs,
here.
which were
His
still
lungs have stopped
running.
ventilating.
They were still running a
His
moment
heart
ago
has stopped.
before you
Before I
pulled the kill switch.
Yes.
I've never seen equipment like this before.
Shouldn't he have backup or something when he goes into a place like this?
Nope, nothing
well,
of interest.
Nope, nothing of interest.
There's a bit of like background. I don't know. Maybe you find out reading his diaries or something. He's kind of a hero cop. He's had a kind of reputation.
He's kind of like Bruce Willis.
I guess so. Yeah. In a really
Okay.
bad mess.
Is there anything else? Is this still too hot?
The crystal's still warm.
Oh,
I
you
can take it.
turning off the machine by zapping him cooled down the crystal enough for you to pick it up.
Very well.
Can you find a use for it though?
What, in here?
No, don't worry. I'm just speculating out loud.
This tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment.
I better head down it.
Weekly.
Ah,
Zoop.
I see.
It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine.
Well. I'm not sure I remember a Lovecraft story with this in it, but
It takes some
this
liberties.
could be a place for Dagon to show up. Did you ever see that horrible Dagon movie?
I did not. I know the one you're talking about. 2001
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Haven't seen it.
It had a pit like this. And
Interesting.
They would dangle people above it and feed them to Dagon or something.
That sounds like a good story.
Yeah. It was.
Strangely enough, or not strangely, I suppose, has absolutely nothing to do with the original short story called Dagon.
It's actually more Shadow over Innsmouth, to be perfectly honest, but it's about the cult and stuff. The Dagon short story is a guy being shipwrecked on Dagon's island in the South
Yeah.
Pacific. So
Yeah, and then he witnesses Dagon rise out of the ocean and goes
There's no power.
mad. Oh, I see. No power, eh?
where can we
does the
supply
crystal?
power?
Where does
It
the
looks
crystal?
like something's been removed from it.
Okay, do I go to the
Duh.
inventory?
Yeah, you can now. There we go.
Well, that was easy.
It was.
Yes, this seems like an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Let's turn this on.
The first button worked so
What
well.
could go wrong?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I have a nice manicure. Yes. The more I think about it, this was a brilliant idea, Jack.
Hell of a way to go. Oh god, look at that carrot that's menacing us.
Now that's cool.
Oh dear.
Jack's not agreeing with you at the moment.
No, but it's, yeah, I like that design.
That is pretty much how they're described in Shadow Out of Time. So yes,
Yes.
that's the Shadow Out of Time. It's the story about the carrot guys, the great race of Yith. So that was the prologue of the game.
Okay.
I see.
Well, very interesting, very
It's been
interesting.
more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston.
So remember,
But
Flashback.
to me,
yeah,
it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it.
Acute
Probably
mental
brought
stress,
on by
definitely a
acute mental
Lovecraftian
stress.
aspect right there.
yes.
I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming.
We've got a bit of lag going on.
Yeah, our FPS is dying again. I'm sorry, viewers, but you've already seen this if you've watched my series, because I already played this, so
And you should watch
Now
Minsk
it's
series.
gone blank.
that's not good.
No.
Did you crash on me, game? I hope you didn't.
Well,
While we wait to see, what do you feel about Lovecraft stories which aren't so big on the existential horror, like which are a bit more actiony and stuff?
I prefer the existential horror.
I do too, but there's a lot of like these purists online that are like call out stories immediately that feature this more actiony stories, and I don't feel like I don't think it's that bad thing if someone wants to do a more actiony story or like not so much about the insanity and stuff like.
No, it's fine. I mean, the Cthulhu mythos, from the start, Lovecraft designed it for others to use. He actively wrote he upheld correspondence with lots of other authors, pulp writers at the time,
Like Howard.
like Howard, and the names escape me. Derleth.
Yeah, August Derleth was one. He like carried on after.
Yeah,
Lovecraft
exactly.
died.
And Lovecraft actually actively urged other authors to include Lovecraft, or as we say it now, Lovecraftian, but the mythos
That he
elements.
had
And
built.
how Howard, for example, did.
Yes, Conan fights some
Yes.
cultists of Cthulhu and
Yeah.
Dagon, I believe.
Something along
like
those
that,
lines.
yeah.
Like he slipped in things at Lovecraft's urging. So he didn't really mean for it to become. He wanted to build a mythology for the United States.
I see. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I never thought about it that way.
That has always been from that's what I've understood, at least, is that he wanted to build this I don't know whether he wanted it to pass as an actual mythos with time, or if it was just an exercise in creating a wide-spanning mythology. But yeah, from what I've understood, he was sort of wanted the United States to have its own sort of mythology of some sort.
Interesting.
Was Lovecraft actually just an author, or did he have another profession he wrote on the side?
I don't think so.
I think he was
no.
just an
He was
author.
just an author. He may have started out something else, but then he started paying the bills, writing the. Well, he lived quite squalidly, I think, though. But the thing I was
Yes.
just again back to the whole like how deep is the horror and sanity themes in Lovecraft's story. Like Paizo Publishing, who makes Pathfinder Adventure, the some say true successor to Dungeons and Dragons. As we speak, this recording, they're going to start a new campaign coming out, which is like Lovecraft themed, which is like D&D heroes fighting against the cult of Hastur. And the developers have said that they don't want to add like sanity rules to that because they feel it just detracts from like the heroic fantasy. And when you think about it, since it's like a fantasy, like D&D fantasy world with like monsters and stuff, in that setting, like Lovecraft's monsters are just another bunch of slightly scarier
That's true.
monsters. So in that sense, I feel like in that setting, it does feel like unnecessary to make it like too horror-y. And it's a game
true.
It's a game built around being a swashbuckling hero.
Yeah.
So
Again, the question then arises, at least in my mind, is why involve the Cthulhu mythos in something like that?
well, I guess the point is because a lot of fans of Pathfinder are also fans of Lovecraft, also the developers. But
Yeah, to me, the Cthulhu mythos is, a very New England.
a fair point.
Based.
A fair point. But it's going back to that whole Conan stuff, adding the.
But Conan is supposed to be set on Earth, just in the past.
A fair point. A fair point. Well, I can give some spoilers. I've heard about the developers. There may be some elements on Earth in this adventure, which is
Right.
supposedly in a fantasy world.
Right.
Because they've done that in the past with a really crazy adventure involving Rasputin. So,
Okay.
so they might be doing it again with this Hastur story.
Okay.
So that's just one example I was thinking of. Like I said, I do agree that this game would have benefited being a lot more scarier. Towards the end, this game becomes a bit of a generic FPS, and I think it detracts from this really strong experience we've had today here right now.
Yes, this was a very strong start for the game.
Yeah,
for
if
sure.
it was like this for the whole length of the game, it'd be like a classic everyone remembers today of the genre. As nowadays, it's just kind of a cult classic of an interesting Lovecraft game. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up here. Thanks for joining still for this episode.
problem.
It was really glad to hear your thoughts
Our pleasure.
on the Lovecraft adventure. Thanks for being here, Skylark.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed also this us Lovecraft fogies
I
gush
did.
about it. Sorry if we've got a bit too fanboyed in there, too in the fandom there, just spiel and stuff. But and thank you to everyone who's watched my series on this. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this made up for that silly Cthulhu Saves the World game with its super parody by me playing this game.
Aw.
I'm
I
really
like
excited
that.
about that game. I'd really like to see some episodes on
Well, Werehag's played that as well. I think
am
you
in
can
the
recommend
process.
that game as well.
I certainly can.
But I recommend reading some Lovecraft before playing that, just so you get all the jokes.
Okay.
There's plenty of classic RPG jokes as well there, so you can enjoy it still. But also, it helps to have read, say, is Shadow over Windsmith would really help to read
Yeah,
that
a
up.
couple of the classics.
Okay, we're gonna sign off for today. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching this, everyone, and I'll see you in another episode. Bye.
that. Bye.
Bye bye.